Hello there. In this video we're going to see lots of little waterfalls, hike up Mudlick Mountain, spend the night in a stone shelter with a beautiful view, and of course, crack open a couple of beers and enjoy a fine cigar. Hello there. Today we're at Sam A. Baker State Park and we're hiking up Mudlick Mountain to spend the night in a stone shelter. I'm really looking forward to this. I'm out here in early March. Every season has its particular charm. A few things I love about the late winter, early spring time frame is still no crowds. For example, I got here late and I'm the only car at the trailhead, so I have the entire trail to myself, which is awesome. The abundance of water, I really enjoy that. Kind of wish it lasted year-round, but I'm seeing so much water in areas that for the rest of the year would be dry and still no bugs. That is worth a lot right there. The water goes underground here at the base of the falls, and I couldn't find it anywhere between here and Big Creek. That's so cool. All of these waterfalls are a pleasant surprise. They would be dry any other time of year, but the beginning of this trail, I'm on the Shut-ins Trail, skirts through the bottoms with Big Creek to my right and the bluffs to the left. I really didn't expect to see all this water, and it's just making this hike even extra special. I'm losing daylight. In fact, it's behind the ridge or behind the top of the bluff already. So it doesn't matter. If I see a waterfall, I'm going to catch it on the camera. If we get there after dark, that's okay. We don't have that far to go, a mile and a half maybe. It is really not far. We're going to do a loop hike, and tomorrow we'll come back on the Mudlick Trail, and that's a bit longer hike. I don't think, sorry about that, had to step over a tree. I don't think I've ever been on that section of the Mudlick Trail before, so new territory. That's going to be fun. And really, I've only been out here one time. This is kind of my wife's old stomping grounds from her youth. Her grandparents had a farm out here in this area, and they'd spend a lot of time out here. So she's the one that introduced me to this park. I'm glad she did. I had to stop because of, well, you heard all the alerts or notifications going off between the Zoleo and my phone, and that was just my wife replying to the text, and I let her know I was starting the hike. You sure can't miss that. All right, we're starting to go up Mudlick Mountain now. It's been a while, but I remember this being really steep. That last waterfall, that was another one of those where the water just disappeared underground at the base of the falls. So there must be an extensive network of maybe small caves that bring this water underground to Big Creek. That would be my guess, because from the base of that waterfall, we're probably, it's hard to gauge from here, 30 to 40 feet above the surface of Big Creek. All right, let's tackle Mudlick Mountain. Oh man. This ascent up Mudlick Mountain is no joke. Of course, I'm just coming off the couch after a long winter too, but it's still no joke. Boy, you talk about a room with a view. Based on the direction of the setting sun directly behind my shelter, and with that bluff view directly in front of the shelter, that early morning sun, as soon as it gets above that ridge line, ought to be filling the shelter full of light. This is one of the prettiest places I have ever camped, ever. This is shelter number 1 on the Shut-ins Trail at Sam A. Baker State Park. It's a short hike from the trailhead, like I said, maybe a mile and a half. It gets a little steep, but you're coming up that gorge the whole time until you're almost to the shelter with that water flowing, at least this time of year, water flowing through it. And it was beautiful. I can hear the wind in the pines. It is going to be a wonderful night, and I don't have to sleep in a tent. There are 3 shelters here on this trail. Well, the other 2 are on the Mud Lake Trail, just to my left, not that far, within half mile, 3/4 of a mile. They were all built by the Civilian Conservation Corps in the 1930s. So this structure is almost 100 years old now. It has a stone fireplace at each end. And in this park, you're not allowed to have fires except in these fireplaces, and only during the winter season. In fact, you can only sleep in these shelters during the winter season, which I believe is October 1st till around mid-May. It's free. You register online to camp here. Now, anywhere else in the park is dispersed camping for hikers. There are a lot of equestrian trails, but they're not allowed to camp. So I brought a stove. It's a requirement, and you're not allowed to bring cutting implements. You have to harvest any wood that you would burn in these fireplaces from the ground. I really don't expect to find much. If I do, I may have a fire. I've got the means to do it. We'll see. In the meantime, it's time to get bed set up. I'll dig the trash out of here before I leave. I should have, well, as short as this trail is, I could carry it in a trash bag by hand out of here. And this is the other fireplace, and you can get a bit of that view from here in the shelter. It is absolutely beautiful. Okay, I'm all ready for sleeping. So what I did was I've got the ground sheet for my one-man tent. I've got my sleeping mat. I've got a lightweight mummy bag that I'm going to sleep on top of, at least initially. And I've got my wubby, which I use as a blanket. And that may get me through the night. We were in the 60s today, and we're headed into the 30s tonight. So I think it's really not going to get super cold till around midnight and later. Couple of pillows, got a knit cap, got a base layer, and that's what I'll sleep in addition to what I'm already wearing. And I do have a puffy, and that'll be for tonight and in the morning when it's, well, in the morning for sure when it's really cold, because when I get up in the morning we'll definitely be in the 30s. And if I really need to, I can sleep in it tonight as well. My thinking here is, this is that time of year when it's really difficult to plan for sleeping outdoors, because we've got like a 35 degree, maybe 40 degree, well, a 35 degree temperature fluctuation between when I go to sleep and when I wake up. So I'm going to start with expecting it to be pretty warm, and then during the night I'll wake up a few times, every time I'm cold for sure. And then I'll just make adjustments throughout the night, and if I have to, I'll end up inside of this mummy bag with a wubby for some additional insulation. It's surprising how much I can squeeze into a 70-liter backpack. It's probably not a good thing. I've got my Jetboil for cooking and freeze-dried meals. It's pretty much what you're going to have to do out here. I do need to probably get a different kind of stove that I could put a pot or a skillet on and bring fresh food. That would be a good idea. And so I'm right here, dead set in the middle of the shelter. I don't feel the wind, and I'll be protected from any type of moisture, precipitation. I'll have my chair out here directly in front of the sleeping bag, enjoying that gorgeous view tonight. let me kind of give you an idea of that. Ah, life is good. Man, this view is spectacular. So from here, I have my sleeping bag, backpack, and all of that directly behind me. Gorgeous view of this valley. It's a 180-degree view. It is beautiful. I'll be doing my cooking and eating right here, and you know I'm going to crack open a couple of beers and have a cigar after that. Man, this is one for the books. Didn't have lunch today. I am really looking forward to this dinner. Wow, that is full. Okay. Before I stir it up, bison, beer, black bean chili. Oh man, bison in an aromatic spiced beer and tomato reduction with black beans, finished with a touch of cheese and sour cream. Oh man. So I'll stir this up, let it hydrate. I'm not even going to make you suffer watching me eat this. I'll get back to you when it's finished. Hands down, that was the best chili I have ever had. In fact, if I can make chili that good, my wife would marry me all over again. It was so good, when I got down to the bottom, I had to turn the bag inside out to lick it clean. That was good chili. Okay, so I decided not to have a fire tonight, and I'm glad I did. I thought it'd be better to just sit there and enjoy the view, just kind of be present in the moment, not have to worry about a fire. So it's about that time. I'm headed off to bed. See you guys tomorrow. Good night. Boy, it's been a long time since I've had the luxury of packing up all dry gear. It is really nice. Good morning. What a beautiful morning it is. I better watch where I'm putting my feet. So we're on the north section of the Mud Lake Trail right now, hiking back to the car. It's really a pretty trail. It actually is really wide, almost like an old road bed. I know that at the top of the mountain is a fire tower, and I thought about hiking up to it, but the stairs are closed and there's no view if you can't get, like climb up into the tower. So I thought I'd just take this way back. This may be the road to the fire tower. I know that it hasn't been manned for about 17, 18 years, but they still maintain access to it. No, this is way too rugged to be a road bed. Maybe for like a ATV or something. So last night was really cool, sleeping in a stone shelter. I really enjoyed it. It was very windy, and that woke me up a lot. But that's okay. I really enjoyed sleeping in that. And that view. Man, that view. Well, we're almost back to the car, so I'll take this time to say thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed our time together, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye-bye.